Squidward.
Trade.
Hey, listen.
Everything must go. Well, that's the last of it. I've given you everything but the shirt off my back. Take it! Take my shirt!
Squidward's shirt. I've always loved that shirt.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and this is a bit of an older tale, but I think it's in a lot of ways should be the Boy Who Cried Wolf kind of level of tale. Not the same story, but it should be something that all dads share with their sons. The dangers of simping and just how they can destroy one's life. Now, we've talked about Pokimane and other well-known female streamers and some of the financial duress that some of their viewers may have been put under, albeit willingly. I don't blame Pokimane for people giving her money. That's not her fault. It's just you don't hate the player, right? You hate the game. You hate that this whole system exists where you can tip for the girlfriend experience, and it becomes a weird, like, incentivized program for young, lonely men to build relationships. And that's exactly the story I'm going to share with you today. It was from not that long ago, actually, just 1 year ago. A man who spent more than $250,000. He sent $250,000 to a cam girl.
It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy. It's
$250,000.
It's really like, no one's gonna convince me that what I'm saying is so rude.
And thinking that is the weird part is where you would be wrong, mon frere. The story gets so crazy, so windy, so bizarre that I think it should be preserved in history, in the annals of history. So I give you, man spends $250,000 on cam girl, ends up deleting parents and brother for trying to make him stop. That's right. Washington Post. The guy's name was Grant. Had a problem, and it was ripping his family apart. Outside the walls of his family's well-manicured home in rural northeast of Orlando, Florida, the 29-year-old could have been mistaken for another luckless man suffering through a bad patch. He lost his job, was kicked out of school, and was living at home. But inside that house, he was allegedly gobbling up whatever money he could steal. He lifted $150,000 from his parents, Chad and Margaret. His brother Cody lost $60,000. And when that was gone, Amato allegedly took his brother's possessions and sold them. Amato even allegedly took out an additional $65,000 loan on his parents' house.
You want me to run down to the store and buy Mrs. Puff something she doesn't need?
This time's different. Mrs. Puff needs this.
Are we going to the park soon?
Does Pokimane know this person? Is it possible? I'm just saying, is it possible that maybe Pokimane or Invader V might know this person? It's interesting. He flung all of that money through his internet connection, where it landed more than 9,000 kilometers away in the Balkans. Since last June, he had been communicating with a woman who has not been publicly identified. They met on Cam Girls, a live streaming website. In 3 months, he had paid out more than $200,000 simply to interact with her. Lord help me, I'm in the wrong business. I'm in the wrong business. You women, if you're doing anything but this, I've changed my whole opinion. This is the supreme job. He is what you would call, what the mobile game development industry would call a whale. Just imagine $200,000 in just a few months. His family knew he had taken the money, and they knew where it was going. His mom and dad demanded he enter a rehabilitation program for his addiction last December. Promises were made, a contract signed between parents and son. The family drama hit such an intense pitch that Cody confided to his girlfriend. He had a girlfriend? He had a girlfriend too. Oh, wait. Cody was his brother. Okay. I misread that. That he was worried his brother would end everybody, according to paperwork filed. And now the authorities believe that he did. Last Friday, everyone was discovered. Chad, Margaret, and Cody, they had all been dispatched. Mato is now locked up, facing all sorts of terrible things. A few months ago, he had checked himself into an internet addiction facility in Fort Lauderdale. He had walked off there. As his hours of money were beginning to be consumed with his overseas obsession last year, his life beyond the computer screen was also coming undone. He was working as a registered nurse at Advent Health Orlando, according to the report, and the staff discovered 8 empty vials of something that, he was probably selling. During the confrontation, he expressed that he was going to, self-delete, end himself. This is all for an eGirl. This is all for an eGirl. Isn't that crazy? This is a cautionary tale. After showing him the ghastly photos of his father, his brother, and mother, they asked if he had any remorse. His response was his family had been blaming him for months for ruining their lives, stealing and not following the rules of the home, so he might as well be blamed for this too. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is the face of the absolute simp. Drained his parents' accounts, drained his brother's account, took out loans on the family. When are people going to recognize this is an issue? I mean, does this mean that online tipping and supporting should be banned or regulated? No, I don't think so. But I think that to dismiss that there's a very real problem for some people with this type of boyfriend-girlfriend experience, the very real problem that, I don't know what I would do, to be honest with you. Let's say I had somebody, a female, who tipped me some insane amount of money. Let's say $50,000. They went to my Subscribe Star, wired me a huge sum of money. I would probably return it. Unless they told me they were like an eccentric millionaire with days to live, and they could prove it, then I'd probably keep it. Donate it to the Humane Society. I don't know. I just don't know. Somebody donates that kind of money, how you even process that. There's been a few times in my life where someone has like super chatted a couple $100, and you know what the feeling I feel immediately? It's not happiness. It's not thankfulness. It's actually guilt. I see this happen. Somebody gives me a huge chunk of money, and my immediate reaction is to feel guilty. Like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this huge sum of money from somebody. That's crazy. And yes, of course, after that kind of subsides, I do feel extreme thankfulness. But I don't know what it would be like to be, one of these people that just sits and just chatting on Twitch all day, just accepting huge sums of money from various anonymous followers for doing almost nothing. I don't know how they, I guess they would argue that they're providing entertainment, and I'd have to reluctantly agree with them. But, for every major big kind of e-celeb, if you have somebody donating these huge sums of money, at least consider, maybe instead of glorifying it by putting them on the top donators list on the stream, at least maybe consider reaching out to them and make sure that they understand that this is a donation, that they understand. Like, if I had somebody giving me thousands of dollars every stream, I would strongly consider blocking them, or at least talking and saying, like, my dude, how can you afford this? But hey, ultimately people choose how they want to spend their money, and let this be a cautionary tale to simps everywhere. Invest in some real estate, invest in some property, buy some vintage cars, take a woman on a date. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.